Jarvis, you there?
At your service, sir.
Gauge heads-up display.
Check.
Four-door preferences from home interface.
Will do, sir.
Solo TV 84, I'm your gracious host, Solomon Jones, and I recently got an email from a longtime subscriber who is 35 years old, started dating a lady when he was 26, so nearly a decade, right? They've been living together for the last 2 years, and because of this fake social engineered situation by the government, the pandemia, and I gotta censor myself because of YouTube, but because of 19, right? They started to be around each other more because they both work at home and they start to fight. And so they broke up and she moved out. And now he is depressed, lonely, and he's been hitting the bottle a lot, he said. Okay. Now, let me just say this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a human being who has dealt with depression, anxiety, loneliness myself. And I'm just here to share my story and what I do or what works for me, okay? Now, the first thing that you have to look at is this. This is a new beginning. Woo! Let me say that again. You are at a new beginning, right? This is a new chapter in your life. You're 35. We're virtually the same age. You are now able to do things. You're in the prime of your life still. You're now able to do things that you weren't able to do before when you were in a relationship, right? Now, you may say, well, Solo, I still did what I wanted when I was in a relationship. But let me clarify. You're getting something back known as time. Now you have more time for yourself. When you're in a relationship, what happens is a lot of people, they may have dreams and aspirations that they have to sacrifice because of that, right? And I understand, look, I'm going to be realistic. I understand that for the greater good of the relationship, sometimes people have to compromise and whatnot. However, if a relationship turns negative or toxic, now not only are you losing time, but you also now are losing on valuable energy due to negativity, right? And so time is something now that you have more of. So now when I broke up with, or she broke up with me, let's be real, is now all of a sudden I noticed I had more time to go to the gym. Because what would happen is when my ex would spend the night at my place, right, in the mornings, I didn't have enough time to go to the gym, or my workout time would be shortened. I didn't have enough time to work on certain things that I wanted to work on. You know, now you have that time to do so, right? And one thing that I would recommend that you do is you sit down, you write a list. 5 things, and you got to be brutally honest with yourself. No cookie cutter BS. No, I didn't do anything wrong. I was the perfect boyfriend. Right? You got to sit down, write a list of things, 5 things or more that you felt that you did wrong, and 5 things that she did wrong. And then if you have a best friend or somebody to share that list with, do so. Listen, I'm not telling you no BS. I did the same thing. When the pod broke up with me last year, I sat down, I wrote a list, and then 2 of my friends, we had a really great conversation, okay? The reason why you're doing that is because a lot of times when you just get out of a relationship and there's a lot of negative emotion, a lot of trauma, right? A lot of people don't really know how to process that in a healthy way. And that's one of the reasons why you hitting that bottle so hard, because you don't want to deal with the reality of that breakup, brother. You don't want to deal with that. So that's why you sipping on that Corona bottle. And I just said it. You sitting on that, you know what? But you don't realize that you're making the situation worse, because when the alcohol wears off, now not only do you have a hangover, but now you feel even worse. And that's not going to help your depression. Trust me. I know. The best thing that has changed my life, and I always talk about this, and I try to make it a point to talk about this at least once a week on YouTube, definitely once a month, is meditation has completely changed my life, right? Meditation allows you to silence the background noise, which now that you're lonely, right? Now Let's address that. That's what I'm addressing with the meditation. Now you're able to think clearly. And meditation also does something that I can't really explain. Besides allowing you to focus and analyze your emotions, it puts you at peace. It puts you at peace by being alone. So that way, when you don't feel like being alone, when you're able to close your eyes for 30, 40 minutes, an hour, there's been times I've even meditated for 2 hours. When you're able to sit still or just listen to like some meditation music for an hour or two, then you won't look at being alone as a burden. You will look at it as, you will look at it as a great time where you get to know yourself, because you're now in a place where you are allowing yourself to not just deal with negativity by dealing with the bad that has happened, but you're also dealing with positivity because you're strengthening your mind. And so a lot of people are dealing with this issue of being lonely and depressed, right? But here's the thing. You can be lonely in a club filled with 500 people. Just because you're in a club with 500 people, doesn't mean that you're not lonely, right? You have the reason why you're hitting that sauce is you have to find out what your purpose is. What is your why? What is it that you want to do now? You have a gift, which is time. You've been given a gift, right? And I get it. I'm here. Oh, this YouTuber's making it sound like it's so easy. I was with her for 10 years. I'm not taking away from that. I understand that you cared about this woman. You lived with her, right? You loved her probably. But here's the thing. You're now in a new beginning. Like I said, you're in a new beginning. And you're still in the prime of your life. You're 35. Like me and you were virtually the same age. You're still in the prime of your life where you're now able to really do the things that you want to do. And here's the thing. Take it one step at a time. It's not going to happen overnight. Trust me. It's not. Okay? It's not. Sometimes it might take a couple weeks. It might take a few months. But you got to take steps that you are doing things to help you deal with what you're dealing with. Sometimes depression is just a mental thing. And then what happens is some people like to wallow or feed the negativity because the negativity makes them feel good in a sick and twisted way. The negativity makes you feel good. Being a victim makes you feel good. We live in a victim society now where everybody wants to be a victim, right? Like that Karen yesterday that Kevin Samuels smoked up. But that's another topic. But here's the thing. The point I'm trying to make is this. As a man, there are going to be times where you got to be alone. And here's the thing. If you need a woman to fill that being alone time, then bro, you're going to be losing them to begin with. Look, I get it. The good book says it's not good for man to be alone, but there are times in life where you need to be alone. There are times in life where you need to be alone because you might have to work on things. You might, whether it's your dream, whether it's your business, or even your 9 to 5, right? You may have a bomb or a good 9 to 5, whether it's, you need to be alone because you need to be in a better space mentally or even physically by hitting the gym. This whole thing about being men, there are times we should be alone. This whole not being alone, that's for women, dog. That's for women. And I'm not trying to shame you or nothing like that. I'm just being honest. That's why when women break up, they already are out here in the streets because they've already broken up with you mentally months ago, and then they told their friends. And that's why they're out in the streets. As a man, when we get broken up with, sometimes we don't have a best friend to talk to. And so you're going to have to learn sometimes how to, deal with it yourself. This is some of the realest shit I've ever said, bruh. Anyway, so to recap, you had a new beginning. You have more time. Focus on the positives, right? Meditate. Stop hitting the sauce, the bottle, you know, and really understand that it might take you some time to get over the situation because you guys spend such a long time together. But realize that now you are at a new beginning and nothing is impossible. Now it's the time for you to really get on it, grind, whatever it is that you want to do. Anyways, your boy Solomon Jones, and I'm out. Peace.
Dom DeMarco.